everyone, welcome back. I have another skincare reaction for you, and this one is very near and dear to my heart because we're taking a look at Lana Condor. She is on Harper's Bazaar. She is on the Go to Bed With Me series, and you know what? I have to tell you guys, I'm very happy to see her. I'm very happy to see her success so far, and I can't wait to see all the things that she's gonna do in Hollywood because guess what? She is representing. I have to point this out, you guys. When I was growing up as a little girl, not even as a little girl, even as a teenager, even as a woman in my 20s, there was no one that was representing the Asians when it came to Hollywood. There was no one that I could like look up to and be like, I want to be like that. And you know, I have to tell you guys, it's about time that we have a movie where the main character is an Asian woman, especially a coming of age movie. You know what? I didn't get any of those. I'm almost a 40-year-old woman, and this is the first time I'm seeing a popular coming of age movie where the teenage character is an Asian woman. And you know what I loved the most, as you know, this gets even more personal for me, is that they were, you know, supposed to be like this mixed culture family, right? So their dad was this white guy, Aiden from Sex and the City, if you guys don't know. But their mom was the one that was Asian and their dad was not Asian in the movie. And it, you know, it's just, to me, this is more real life. I can tell you right now, like it never really even seemed like a possibility to someone like me growing up that you could be in Hollywood, that you can be, you know, a news reporter or be, you know, just a popular anything, right? Because there just weren't people that were doing it back then that looked like me, right? So Lana, special place in my heart in Hollywood, maybe making some moves and making some turns, but who knows, we'll see. But if you guys haven't watched it, to all the boys I've loved before, it's such a cute movie. Basically, I'm gonna tell you that everything about her is perfection. But don't worry, if she does anything wrong with her skincare, we're gonna talk about it. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Susan Yara. I have been in the beauty industry for 2 decades. I started off as a beauty editor. I have my own skincare line now, and I love to talk about skincare mostly on this YouTube channel, though we can get into a lot of different beauty topics, so we have a lot of fun here. Anyway, let's get started.
I start my bedtime routine with red wine. I'm just gonna stand here, eat some dinner. Oh, so good. Cheers.
You know what? We don't see a lot of these bedtime routines start with some red wine and some food. I like it. I like it. I love the chopsticks. I mean, we just continue to represent, right? This is life.
All right, you guys. I finished dinner. I watched YouTube, vegged out a little, and now it's time for bedtime. So first of all, I had a longer day than usual. So I wore makeup throughout the day. And if I'm not working or doing, you know, Zooms or calls or whatever, or filming, I typically won't wear makeup. So I'm going to do a couple steps that I don't typically do.
I can already see that she's holding a makeup wipe, so I'm a little sad about that, but let me just go ahead and continue.
But I saved them for a rainy day. I feel like today is one of those days. Neutrogena makeup remover. Excuse like my faces that I make when I'm doing my skincare. I've yet to figure out like how to do skincare and stuff in a cute way. I'm just like, but you know, we don't have time for that. We're going to bed.
You guys know I'm not for makeup wipes. There is a reason for that. The makeup wipes aren't cleansing your skin completely. They're not going to be a proper cleanse, and they can be a little bit rough on your skin, not to mention the environment, and just unnecessary. So I'm not for that. You know, these wipes, just when we think we've gotten to everybody and they're not gonna use them anymore, they bring them right back. So it's like, just when I get a little relaxed, and then you gotta go for my girl, Lana.
After the wipe, I'm gonna use Cogendo's cleansing spa water. I like it because it comes with a little pump. So I'll just take just this little cotton pad and go, whoop, whoop. I got on my camera! No! Is it okay? Are we okay? I think we're okay. Don't typically film myself when I'm using this.
I've done that before, filming skincare routines for you guys, where I've like squirted, you know, like a serum into my hand or something. It's just like gone everywhere, including onto my camera and stuff. It's kind of funny to watch. Let's keep, I have some thoughts, I do, but I will let her finish.
I started using this cleansing water when I was doing deli class. I used a lot of the Cogendo I hope that's how you say it. I used a lot of their products on Deadly Class.
Okay, so the thing that throws me off a little bit, I actually really like the Kojendo cleansing water. It's essentially like a micellar water. It's kind of the same concept. They just don't call themselves a micellar water. And I used to use it all the time in the past. It's funny, it's like she's doing a double cleanse with a makeup wipe and then a cleansing water. You know, she could have just pulled out the Kojendo and use that to wipe her makeup off first and then hopefully go in with a cleanser, which is, I'm crossing my fingers, is the next thing that she's gonna do to truly cleanse that makeup off. You know, she's got these long lashes. I don't know if they are falsies or if she's got, you know, like lash extensions or something. So that might be one reason why a person would avoid using any kind of an oil-based cleanser. But you really don't need to use, I mean, you truly don't need to use makeup wipes, you guys know that, but especially if you're gonna go in with the Kojendo cleansing water. That'll do the trick for you if you wanted to use that as your first cleanse.
I'm gonna use the Hydra Boost Exfoliating Cleanser from Neutrogena. I love this one, particularly after a long day of wearing makeup, because I really feel like it helps cleanse my pores, exfoliate, and is gentle enough while still making sure that my skin is clean and taken care of. Sometimes I use a brush, but tonight I'm a little too lazy for that. Whew. I do get like water everywhere.
So this is a great example of a wonderful cleanser that you can use to get some very gentle exfoliation. I've heard so many people say that they don't bother with cleansers that have any active ingredients in them. In this case, it's glycolic acid. There's some lactic acid in here. There's also some papaya enzymes for a little bit more gentle chemical exfoliation. This is a great way when you have sensitive skin, or if you want to exfoliate more regularly but you don't want to get irritated skin, using a cleanser like this is a great way to get that exfoliation. So I think this is a wonderful cleanser, and also proof that I am not anti-Neutrogena. I just don't like wipes, period. It has nothing to do with the brand Neutrogena. It just happens to be the brand that we tend to see in these videos, but really my problem is just with wipes. It is not with Neutrogena. This is a perfectly fine cleanser. It has some fragrance in it, but I don't mind fragrance, you guys know that, and especially when you're gonna rinse it off anyway.
Don't like rub your face. Definitely pat dry it.
Okay, wait, so Lana, that concept of just patting your face dry, the reason for that is because you don't want to tug at your face. So think about that, because you use makeup wipes. And then you actually go in with micellar water. So you're tugging and then tugging again. But more so with makeup wipes. Makeup wipes, you know, they like start to dry out, especially when they start to dry out, you find you're like really tugging at your skin, right? Micellar water, at least you're like really dousing it, and you get like that nice soft doused cotton of micellar water. But yeah, you know, if you're gonna be gentle patting your face dry, you might as well stop using some makeup wipes too, right? Just food for thought.
I want to do a little night mask. This is the Moonlit Pearl Detox Treatment Mask from this brand called Fivina that I love. Oh! Oh my god. So much of it just spilled out, you guys.
No.
Man down. Ah, and now it's on me. It's a pretty viscous mask, so I just wanna put a pretty thin layer. I found this line years ago. My acupuncturist, these are her friends, and they were actually the first like kind of skincare brand that reached out to me 5 or 6 years ago at the beginning of my career, and I've used them ever since. I'm gonna let this sit for, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'll be back.
I've never used this product. I haven't actually even heard of this brand. It's something that, you know, maybe I'll look into after this. I'm always like, okay, I like seeing a brand that I've never heard of because it makes me really interested in them. I looked at the ingredients of this. As far as I can see, this is a very calming mask. It also has your typical kinds of clays that you get in a mask, like leads them to call it essentially like a detox mask. It's going to, you know, absorb some of those excess oils, help exfoliate a little bit more too. But the Camellia sinensis extract that it has in it, which is an ingredient that I just love I love it. It is such a nice calming ingredient. It's really nice to just calm the skin. So that's something that you don't necessarily find in these types of masks. It also has, you know, like really nice oils. There's moringa seed oil in it. So it has a lot of these like nutrients and some fatty acids that are really nice for your skin. And you know, I love when there's a balance like that when it comes to clay masks, because my biggest issue with a clay mask is that sometimes it can dry down so tight and so hard on your face that it can actually be irritating for the skin. Whereas a mask like this, I assume, is going to stay a little bit more soft on your skin and just be a little bit more gentle. So it seems like, you know, just looking at it, like it's a nice mask.
It has been roughly 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm just taking a wipe and using the same cleansing spa water to remove the mask. Wow, a look. A look. Next, let's use the Hydro Boost Hydrating Serum.
So there's nothing wrong with removing a face mask like that. She's being very gentle. She obviously doesn't have reactive skin. All that like tugging and swiping and wiping and all that kind of stuff seems fine, especially when you've got a flawless face like Lana's. The thing that you're not seeing is what's happening over time. These little things that you're doing to your skin that add up and over time turn into what you're trying to fix when you are older, when you are my age and older than that too. So, you know, it's just something to keep in mind. It's like, you know, when we hear people talk about like an impaired barrier, or, you know, people talk about having dry skin or irritations and stuff, these are the things that start to lead to it. You know, it doesn't happen necessarily overnight, though that can happen too. It sometimes is this long buildup towards this kind of damage that you're doing to your skin. I'm not saying that she damaged her skin. She seemed, you know, very gentle to her skin, and it seemed like she had zero reactions, but this is how it happens. You wake up one day and you're like, why am I so dry and irritated? What is this patch right here? Well, there you go.
Do I want to use this, or I go like back and forth between these ones. I think I'm going to use the hydrating serum. This one has vitamins, which is really awesome. I like that serum a lot in the morning. Love that. I'm a big hyaluronic acid girl, so this product is right down my alley. It's super hydrating. I am also very dry, so I need a little extra hydration when I can get it.
You know, again, something to point out, she says that her skin is really dry. When you say that your skin is really dry or really oily, or you're dealing with some kind of a skin issue, you can always take a step back and look at the things that you're doing, and you might be able to really pinpoint these things. I would say that there's a lot of swiping happening on her face, and this could kind of irritate your skin. And it's this like these slight irritations that lead to dry skin. Dry skin is skin that's on its way to having an impaired barrier system, right? So it's things to think about. You know, like when I say I have dry skin, I'm more prone to getting dry skin, right? But that's because I am aging, and also because I've dealt with things like pregnancy and breastfeeding that really dried my skin out. But for the most part, when you're looking at my face and when I'm talking about this, I just have normal skin for the most part. My skin doesn't go either way at this point because I don't have these things that I'm dealing with as much anymore, and I have my skincare routine pretty much down. Like it's down pat, like I know my skin now. So these are things to kind of consider, right? Like when I know my skin is getting drier, I can pinpoint the little things that are leading to this dryness that's happening to my skin. It's not always my skincare routine. It can be the climate. It can be that I, you know, am having some like internal issues with my thyroid, because I have that happening sometimes too. But it can also be that I just like overdid it with my skincare routine. Maybe I over cleansed my skin, and it's that simple. So just things to keep in mind when you are using these products. There has been a lot of like swiping, wiping, and cleansing happening in this skincare routine. Also, product-wise, hyaluronic acid, again, goes to show you don't have to spend a lot of money to just get a really nice, fine hyaluronic acid.
I'm gonna use the Neutrogena Triple Age Repair Night Moisturizer. I know, sounds crazy. Triple age repair, you say? Lana, you are in your 20s. Why? Well, good question. I wondered the same thing myself, and then I tried the product, and it makes my skin feel like a pillow. And when I wake up, my skin is so soft and supple and smooth. And I'm like, why not start age repairing now? You know? Why not? It's seriously so nice. Oh, I love that. It feels like layering silk, honestly, onto your skin.
I mean, if that doesn't sell you on wanting to try this product, right? So I love that she's kind of like, you know, why in your 20s would you be interested in something that's, you know, about anti-aging or age repair? It really is, you guys. In your 20s, especially when you hit 25, this is when everything starts to slow down a little bit. If you are taking care of your skin earlier rather than later, then you're not having to deal with all that damage later. When you are in your 40s, when you are in your 50s, you have less damage to have to deal with if you've done everything right in your 20s. So that's something to first keep in mind. Second, I looked at the ingredients of this. I have not tried this product. This is just a really nice, rich moisturizer. Can this be great for somebody who is a little bit more mature, who has more mature skin? Absolutely, because one of the things that you start to experience when you start to age is the lack of lipid production. So all of the lipids that make up your skin barrier and that make your skin feel smooth and supple and moisturized and hydrated and plump, you start to lose that as you get older. And that's why you'll see a more mature woman use more and more hydrating serums, use more and more moisturizing products. I can throw on so many hydrating and moisturizing products at this point. Like, people are always commenting like, wow, you put a lot of that product on. It's because my skin can take it. I also cover from my face all the way down to, you know, my chest and everything. So I'm obviously using a lot, but my skin can also take it because as I'm aging, my skin gets a little bit drier because it's a little bit more impaired. So it makes sense that they would market a really rich, thick moisturizer to more mature skin. But that doesn't mean that you can't use it when you are younger. If you have dry skin, this is probably a great moisturizer. I have yet to use this. I have not used it at all. She said that she has dry skin, so it makes sense that she would use it. It's all about finding that right moisturizer for your skin type.
Now, I'm gonna use this. It is Equilibrium Balancer. Madeline Arthur, who plays Chris, and one of my dearest friends on To All the Boys, and in real life, her mother got me this when we were shooting To All the Boys 3 in New York. And you basically shake it up to activate the crystals. I like to take it and put it on my chest. It doesn't have a scent. It's really just to kind of soothe you and to equalize yourself. Balance yourself out. I put a little on my temples, a little underneath my nose. And I'm just gonna do a tiny, tiny bit on my forehead. I honestly don't know what it is, you guys, but it's a system of color, plant, and crystal energies that support a deeper consciousness to promote your well-being. And I'm all about that. Isn't it so pretty? It's like swirling magic in a bottle.
All right, so I can't find an ingredients list for this. I'm not looking that hard because it's not necessarily skincare. She put it on her, you know, like under her nose and all that stuff, but like, this is the kind of thing, like even essential oils and stuff, if it's going to help you, then by all means, do it. We all know this past year, anything that's gonna put you in a good spirit, a good mental place, do what you gotta do. And if that's what this is gonna do for somebody, then by all means, buy it and love it and enjoy it and do everything that you need to do, because there's no judgments here. I am all about doing the stuff that you need. I have purchased a bunch of crystals from my nieces. They started up a little Etsy shop called NewMoonCrystals Mexico, and I've been all about the crystals. I have them all over my house now. I bought some for my kids to try to get that good positive energy and stuff. You know, it's just, sometimes you just gotta do the things that make you feel better, whether it works or not. So you know what, by all means, do what you gotta do, Lana. I get it. It is very pretty too. And what a nice gift.
Brush your teeth.
I love how she's like, I'm gonna brush my teeth, and then she's like, I'm also gonna jade roll. Why not? You can do whatever you want. Jade rolling is totally fine. She's got all her moisturizer on and everything. It should have enough slip. As long as you're not taking on your face, then you're totally fine.
Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. Love this. I have super chapped lips, so sometimes I even use it as like daytime balm. Yes. I think I'm finished.
I love the Laneige sleeping mask. You guys know this. I also sometimes use it during the daytime. Lip balm is lip balm to me, and I don't discriminate if I like lip balm. I like lip balm. Use it day, night, midday, whenever you need it.
Now I'm gonna go to bed. I'm going to read a little and listen to a sleep story. Possibly one, I just downloaded this app where Matthew McConaughey reads you nighttime bedtime stories. Oh, also, I drink a ton of water before bed. I always have a huge glass of water. I love water. Thank you so much, Harper's Bazaar, for having me. It's time for bed. I can't even think straight. Oh, it's Anthony. Baby?
Hey, baby.
It's Anthony. All right, now it's really time for bed.
That was Lana Condor. If you guys, again, have not seen To All the Boys I've Loved Before, please watch it, support. I'm proud of her. Proud of the Asian representation out there in Hollywood. My major critique, honestly, is that she used those makeup wipes and then she also went in with her cleansing water, which is almost like unnecessary because they almost do exactly the same thing. I would have loved to have seen her do a proper double cleanse. You guys know that I love that, where you go in with an oil cleanser and then you go in with your regular cleanser afterwards. But I suspect because she has what look like lash extensions that she is avoiding some type of an oil-based cleanser. And that makes sense to me because I obviously wouldn't want to ruin my lash extensions too. In that case, all she had to do was just kick the makeup wipes. She did not need to use them whatsoever. She could have just gone in with her cleansing water and it would have served the same exact purpose as the makeup wipes with just a little less tugging, really. I'm not like 100% on board with micellar water either. You know, I know there's gonna be the comments like, well, what's the difference? But there is a slight difference. Makeup wipes can get a little bit more drying. They have to up like the preservative system in it because they're sitting wet in those makeup wipe packages, you know, and for who knows how long. You sometimes tug and rub and, you know, as they're drying out more and more, you're rubbing even harder. Whereas with like a cleansing water like that or a micellar water, you are dousing the cotton pad, or at least you should douse your cotton pad so that it's really, really wet and gentle. And so you're not relying on the tugging motion to remove your makeup. It's so wet with the cleansing water that it's actually breaking everything down and then you're just gently swiping it away. That should really be the way that you use a cleansing water or a micellar water like that. It should not be dry where you're tugging and rubbing really hard to try to get all your makeup off. So that's really the big distinction between them. Tell me in the comments below if you have any questions. Find me on Instagram. I'm at Susan Yara. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.